Hi, I am Dr. K. Sai Prasad Reddy. Welcome to the subject software testing. Today, we are continuing with the screening test questions or interview questions on reviews, walkthrough, inspection. This is part 3. So, these questions are very important to crack the interview. And if you analyze each and every question thoroughly, you will get more command on the subject. If you get more command on the subject, obviously it will be easy for you to crack the interview, to succeed in the interview. This type of practice is very important to get command on the subject, right? For this purpose, actually, I am preparing all these sessions regarding with this screening test questions or frequently asked questions, right? We will continue. As a moderator, in a typical formal review, what can be one of your responsibilities? That means, if you are a moderator, what can be one of your responsibilities in a formal review? So there are 4 options. You have to identify the responsibility of the moderator. This is the logic. Now, see, deciding on the execution of reviews, documenting all the issues and problems, leading the review of the documents, identifying and describing the findings. We have to choose the responsibility of the moderator. Yeah. See, leading the review of the documents, because the moderator will facilitate the review process. Moderator will facilitate the review meeting. So moderator will lead the review of the reviewing of the documents, right? So option C is correct one. What about the rest of the options? See, identifying and describing the findings. He is not responsible for finding or identifying and describing the things, issues in the document. Documenting all the issues and problems. No. So here, documenting all the issues and problems. Who will do this? Reviewer will do this. Deciding on the execution of reviews. Who will do this? Deciding on the execution of reviews? Manager. So, option C is the correct one. Leading the review of the documents. Like this, you have to analyze each and every option, which is more suitable or which is more appropriate or which is correct one for the question. You have to choose the correct option. If you analyze like this, obviously you will get more command and more commanding on the subject. If and only if you get more command on the subject, then you will get more confidence. Your confidence levels will increase and it will become very easy to succeed in the interview. And moreover, whatever that I am preparing all these video sessions, all these video sessions are real-time process orientation. Here there is no theoretical concept. Each and every session, each and every slide is prepared according to the real-time concept. Right? Next. Could reviews or inspections be considered part of a testing? That means what he is asking. Reviews or inspections are the part of testing? His question. We have to say yes or no. First, reviews and inspections are the part of testing. Yes. Why? Because reviews, inspections and walkthroughs are the part of static testing. What do you mean with the testing? The combination of both the static testing and dynamic testing. First of all, what do you mean with the testing? To find the defects. If it is a static testing, you have to find the defects. If it is a dynamic testing, you have to find the defects. But the strategy may differ. The procedure may differ. The concept may differ between static testing and dynamic testing. But ultimately, what is the main goal or what is the main aim of this testing? Either it may be a static testing or dynamic testing, to find the defects. So, testing is nothing but finding the defects. In the review process, you are finding the defects. In inspection, you are finding the defects. Then, is this reviews and the inspections are the part of testing? Yes. If it is yes, here in the option A, B is wrong, the rest of two, C, D is correct one. You have to choose the correct one, which one is correct, either C or D. C, here. If you see the option C, yes, because both help detect faults and improve quality. Yes, because the testing includes all non-constructive activities. You have to choose the appropriate option. Which one is appropriate option? C is the appropriate option. Yes. Reviews and inspections be considered as a part of testing because both reviews and inspections will help in finding the faults, in finding the defects, in detecting the defects, which will improve the quality of the document or which will improve the quality of the code, right? So, this is the one. The rest of all wrong. Like this, you have to analyze. Next, what type of review requires formal entry and exit criteria including metrics? What he is asking? Simple. Formal. Formal. This is a keyword. You have to catch this keyword. What type of review requires a formal entry and exit criteria including metrics? Just for time's sake, you don't bother about the entry and exit criteria, these two words. The first one is formal. Here, walkthrough, inspection, management review, post-project review. Here, walkthrough is an informal activity. Yes or no? You can eliminate that option. Like this, you have to choose. You have to choose the option. Inspections are the formal, always formal inspections. Management review, post-project review. Here the management review means on what documents the management will perform the reviews. Those documents are different. Post-project reviews. Post-project reviews are nothing but the post-mortems. Post-mortems. This will not come under the entry and exit criteria. The entry and exit criteria are not the part of this one. Yes, sir. Post-mortems, which we have already discussed in the previous sessions. These type of reviews are called post-implementation reviews. So, the only option is B. That is a formal one. Because inspections are always formal. So, the entry and the exit criteria requires for inspection. This is the one. Next. Manager responsibilities in formal review includes all except one of the following. So, there are 4 options. Except one option, the rest of 3 options are the responsibilities of responsibilities of the manager in the formal review. Which one is not responsibility of the manager? This is a question. Yeah. Manager responsibilities in formal review includes all except one of the following. You have to identify that one of the following, which is not responsibility of the manager. Decide on the execution of reviews. Determines if the review objectives have been met. Allocate the time for review. Planning the review. See? Choose the correct option. Think. Decide on the execution of reviews. Determines if the review objectives have been met. Allocate the time for review. Planning the review. Which is the correct option? Yeah. See? Planning the review is the correct option. This is not the responsibility of the manager. The rest of 3 are the responsibility of the manager. Decide on the execution of reviews. Yes, he will decide which document has to be executed, which document has to be review decides on the execution of reviews. When to review, like this. Next, determines if the review objectives have been met. Yes, he will determine whether after successful completion of review, the objective is met or not. That is, if the review process is satisfied or not. Like this. Next is allocate the time for review. But yes, he is the responsibility. Because for each and every review process, either it may be a document or it may be a code or it may be a small piece of paper also. For the review, the schedule should be there. Schedule is nothing but time. So that should be officially mentioned, that should be the officially allocated in the plan, project plan. Right? Allocate the time for review. Yeah. So, as per this question, manager responsibilities in formal review includes all except one of the following. What is that except? Planning the review. Planning the review is not the manager responsibility. It is a moderator responsibility. Rest of all manager responsibilities. So, like this, they will frame the questions to create the confusion, to create the ambiguity to the student. Yeah. Being a moderator, how you will react when two people not prepared for the review meetings? What is your decision? Obviously, this type of questions will be asked in the interview. They will not ask you the direct questions. They will not ask you the definitions. They will not ask you the formulae. So, they will ask you the questions like this. If you are the moderator and if you are conducting the review meeting, two resources, two people not prepared for the review meeting, what is your reaction? What is your decision? This is the question. So, send the people out of the review, postpone the review, give a brief to the people, none of the above. Which one is the correct option? Send the people out of the review. So it will not happen because the moderator will never send the people out of the review meeting. So all employees are the white collar employees. It's a professionalism. All are professionals. There will be no concept of sending the people out of the review meeting and all. Right? So that's wrong. Postpone the review. It will never happen because because of two people, the review meeting will not get postponed. Because that review meeting is having a fixed schedule. There will be no postponement concept of the review meeting just because of two people. And what is the next one? Give a brief to the people. Yes, obviously this is the correct one. So the moderator will brief to these two people about this review meeting, about this concept. Right? None of the above is wrong. See? Yeah. This is the one. So like this you have to analyze. Next. As a test engineer, what is your main objective in reviewing a requirement document? That means, being a software test engineer, what is the main goal? What is the main aim or what is the main objective in reviewing the requirement document? It may be leave it. Requirement document. Yeah. See, these are the four options. A, B, C, D. Yeah, sorry. Last instead of D, just I have mentioned it as A. I'm sorry. So please treat the last option as D instead of A. You have to treat it as a D. Yeah. As a software test engineer, what is the main objective in reviewing the requirements document? See, to ascertain that each requirement is traceable to a business need, to ascertain that each requirement is both testable and uniquely identifiable, to ascertain that each requirement is traceable to a business need, testable and uniquely identifiable, to ascertain that each requirement is uniquely identifiable. See, we have already discussed about the characteristics of the requirements. The characteristics of the requirements. When can we say the requirements are good requirements? There are 9 criteria which we have already discussed in the previous sessions. So, here, if you recap those criteria for the good requirements, you can easily choose that option. Here option C is the correct one. So to ascertain that each requirement is traceable to a business need and testable and identifiable, all should be met. All should be satisfied. So when compared to the option C, here, so I am not saying that all these A, B, D options are totally wrong. Partially it may be wrong. When compared to option C, these 3 are wrong. Yeah. Who is responsible for conducting a test readiness review? Yeah. Test manager, test engineer, both manager and engineer, or project manager. Who is responsible for conducting the test readiness interview? Yeah, obviously the test manager is responsible to conduct the review meeting on the test readiness, not test engineer or not project manager. Right? Yeah. IEEE 1028 stands for, what is IEEE? IEEE is an independent organization. So, what is the full form for IEEE? Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. This is a body which has framed some standards for each and every activity in the software industry. So IEEE 1028 stands for, stands for software reviews. According to the standard IEEE 1028, the review should happen. Not for product quality or the software product quality and software lifecycle process. So IEEE 1028 means it is a standard for the reviews, right? Yeah. So please subscribe my channel, share my videos to all the students who are trying for the job in the IT industry, and please like my videos. And don't forget to post the comment in the comment box. Thank you very much.